Hi everybody. I'm going to go over the principles of design, and this is specifically geared for ceramics and three-dimensional work. There are 7 principles of design. These are repetition, contrast, emphasis, variety, unity, balance, and proportion. And these are created by using the art elements. Our first principle of design is repetition, and that is using the same or similar elements over and over in an artwork. There are 2 types or 2 categories, and one is pattern and the other one is rhythm. Pattern is mathematical and precise repetition, meaning that you can measure out and predict what the next repeat of the pattern is going to be. So we look for mathematical and precision type designs when we look at pattern. Sometimes you think of clothing and quilts and wallpaper and wrapping paper usually have patterns to them. Rhythm is a type of repetition, but it's very loose repeating. It's not precisely mathematical like pattern, and you can see with the 2 images below, the mugs on the left side have repeating lines, but those lines have variation to them. Same thing with the bowl on the right, have kind of repeating angular shapes, but they're not all triangles. They have, some of them have 4 sides, some have 3, and they have a bit of variety. Contrast is our next principle of design, and it uses the opposites of the art elements. So if you think about each art element, you can always kind of think of something and then think of its opposite. So for example, if we think about colors, we have warm colors, we have cool colors that are its opposite. For textures, we have rough textures and smooth textures. For space, we have open space versus closed space. For values, we have light versus dark values. And for geometric shapes, we have organic versus geometric. And this is just a few ways that you can contrast. There are lots of different ways you can go about doing that. Here's some examples of contrast with the following pictures. If you look at the coil pot on the left, that we see a contrast of open space with all the piercing and closed space, which is all the solid walls of the piece. For the piece in the middle, which has the polka dots on it, we see some contrasting between light and dark. Also, we have some contrast between the sizes of the dots, small dots versus large dots. On the piece on the right, we have open or positive space versus negative space. So we see the figure of the pot as being the positive space, and then we look at the way that the artist has cleverly invited space into the middle of the piece and how the space around it works as well. For more examples of contrast, let's take a look at this piece. What types of contrast does this artwork have? And I would speculate that it has lots. If you were thinking that color is being contrasted here, you are correct. We see for the bricks contain lots of light, bright colors and also dark colors contrasted on the bricks. We also see that we have kind of a contrast in the sort of very organic rope-like stuff in the inside versus the lighter bricks on the outside. We also have a contrast between organic form and geometric form. Organic being the rope and geometric being the bricks on the outside. We also have a contrast in the shine of the piece, which is you've got a glossy shine or texture to the rope-like structure in the inside, and we have a very matte looking brick type of texture on the geometric bricks. So these are just some ways that we have contrast working in this piece. Emphasis is sort of like a visual exclamation point. It's somewhere where the artist really wants you to focus your attention first. So when we look at this artwork, my eye goes directly to the black rectangle on the